Shirley Ann Caesar was born in Durham, North Carolina, on October 13, 1938. She is often called the First Lady of Gospel Music. Shirley is the 10th of 13 children. She grew up surrounded by music and faith. James Caesar was her father. He worked with tobacco and was a traveling preacher who taught his children a deep faith. Hallie Heiser, Shirley's mother, encouraged her and her brothers to sing in the church choir and helped the family develop their musical skills. Shirley's father died when she was only 7 years old, which was a sad event in her life. This loss hurt her deeply and made her rely more on her faith and music to comfort and strengthen her. Even though it was hard on the family's finances after Shirley's father died, her mother kept the family together. Putting the focus on how important faith and education are, Shirley learned to sing when she was young. When she was 8 years old, she sang her first solo in church. Right away, her strong voice and emotional delivery made her stand out. By the time she was 10, her performances in local churches were already getting her noticed. She joined the famous church group The Caravans when she was 18 because she loved gospel music and was good at it. Shirley Caesar's career took a big turn when she joined the Caravans in 1958 and started working with other famous people. One of the most well-known church groups at the time was the Caravans. Shirley learned a lot from singing with them and got a lot of attention. She sang with famous church singers like Albertina Walker, Inez Andrews, and James Cleveland. Each of them had a big impact on how she developed as a musician. Shirley's strong voice and emotional performance earned her a lot of praise while she was with the Caravans. Gospel standards like Sweeping Through the City and I'm Not Tired Yet show how well she could connect with people on an emotional level. During her time with the Caravans, she went on a lot of tours, which helped her improve her performance skills and learn more about the gospel practice. Shirley chose to go out on her own in 1966, which cemented her place in the history of gospel music. Her first record as a solo artist, My Testimony, was a big hit, and she quickly became known for her exciting live shows and powerful preaching. She worked with many other acts over the years, both inside and outside of gospel jailer. She worked with gospel greats like Mahalia Jackson and modern singers like Whitney Houston, which shows how versatile she was and how popular she was with many people. Together with the late Whitney Houston, she made the song He's All Over Me, which was on the soundtrack of the movie The Preacher's Wife. This project showed how Shirley can work with people of all genders while keeping true to her gospel roots. She had an impact on more than just gospel music because she worked with artists from other genres to spread the gospel words to more people. While you're famous, Shirley Caesar became famous because she was immensely talented, devoted to church music, and had a strong faith. The term First Lady of Gospel Music was given to her because of how well-known and loved she is in the gospel music world. There are more than 40 albums she has put out over the course of her work. Many of them are classics in the world of gospel music. Her music is known for having strong spiritual messages, strong emotional acts, and strong vocals. People have connected with songs like Hold My Mule, No Charge, and Jesus, I Love Calling Your Name because of their touching words and powerful vocals. Shirley's ability to use music to communicate deep spiritual lessons has won her a lot of praise and awards, including 12 Grammys and induction into the Gospel Music Hall of Fame. Shirley's work as a pastor and community leader, along with her musical accomplishments, has added to her reputation. She started the Shirley Caesar Outreach Ministries to help people in need by giving them food, clothes, and help with school. Millions of people love her and respect her because she works hard to help others and spread the gospel word both inside and outside the gospel community. An influence that lasts Shirley Caesar had a huge and long-lasting effect on church music and music in general. Gospel artists who came after her have built on her work, and you can see her impact in the work of modern gospel singers like Yolanda Adams and Kirk Franklin. Shirley's story shows how faith, strength, and commitment can change things for the better. Many people have been inspired by her ability to deal with personal and business problems while staying dedicated to gospel music and ministry. She is still a strong advocate for faith and persistence, and she uses her fame to inspire and lift other people up. Shirley has been busy with music and ministry over the past few years, recording new songs and performing live. Not only her recordings and appearances, but also the people she has helped and the lives she has changed are a part of her legacy. Shirley Kaiser is still an influence and a true icon of gospel music because she keeps spreading her message of hope and faith. Life and relationships outside of work. Shirley Kaiser has kept her personal life pretty quiet, especially when it comes to her relationships. In 1983, she married Bishop Harold I. Williams, who was not only her life partner, but also a big part of her mission. Bishop Williams was the head of the Mount Calvary Holy Church of America, Inc., and he and his staff built a strong ministry that went beyond music. Up until Bishop Williams' death in 2014, they were married, and Shirley stayed true to her religion and her husband throughout their marriage. They deeply cared about their congregation and society and treated each other with respect. They also had similar spiritual goals. Shirley's marriage to Bishop Williams was a deep partnership that helped her with both her music business and her spiritual work. They were often seen together at gospel events, church functions, and in their attempts to reach out to the community. Shirley was very sad when Visette Williams died, but her faith and the support of her church group helped her get through this hard time. Scandals. Shirley Kaiser's work hasn't been as scandal-filled as many other celebrities, but she has still been in some situations where she caused trouble. In 2016, she made headlines when a meme on the internet that showed her singing "Hold My Mule" caused an unexpected backlash. The meme, which made fun of her lecture by turning it into a Thanksgiving-themed song called "Lou Name It," got her a lot of attention from young people who know how to use the internet. Many people laughed at the meme and thought it was a fun way to honor her work, but some traditionalists in the church community thought it was disrespectful to her message and ministry. Shirley at first welcomed the internet craze, seeing it as a chance to spread her religious message to more people. Later, though, she said she was worried about how her spiritual work could be turned into a business and how her intentions might be misunderstood. This event showed how hard it is to work with modern media and how important it is to find the right balance between using new ways to reach people and staying true to your message. Problems and strengths. Shirley Kaiser has had many hard times in her life that have tried her faith and strength. When her father died too soon, when she was only 7 years old, it changed her life. The family lost a lot of money because of this, and Shirley had to grow up quickly to help her mom take care of her brothers. Even with these problems, she stayed committed to her schoolwork and her growing music business. Shirley had a hard time making a name for herself in the world of gospel music when she was a young woman. The field was dominated by male singers and well-known groups. She had to show how good she was as a choir singer among some of the best in the world when she joined the Caravans. It was both a chance and a test. Her strong voice and emotional delivery made her stand out right away, but traveling and performing all the time was hard on her body and mind. In 1966, Shirley decided to go on a solo career, which was another big challenge. Leaving the safety of the Caravans to go out on her own took a lot of faith and guts. As she worked to build her image and fan base, her early solo career was full of ups and downs. Even with these problems, Shirley's unshakable commitment to her work and her message got her through it. She slowly became one of the most admired and loved people in church music. Throughout her career, has also had to deal with the challenge of juggling her work duties with those of her personal life and mission. As a pastor and community leader, she has had to balance the needs of her church with her touring and recording schedule. Making big changes has been needed for this balancing act. But Shirley's strong sense of calling and purpose has kept her on track and driven.